Yo, what's happening? Back again with another epic DBC Apollo video. DBC Apollo is an interesting server. The devs are cool, the people are not, and the server itself is good. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Just wanted to let you know, this is not a continuation of my first video because it's focusing solely on Apollo, as Alpha Reborn is not out yet. DBC Apollo launched on July 1st, 4 p.m. EST, after the original release was going to be in June. They had to push it back because of kinks in the code, and they needed to regulate that. In the first hour it launched, the server was unplayable. Almost no one got out of the tutorial, it was so laggy. It was happening server-wide because of how popular it was. The original server capacity was only 50, while the amount of players even watching the countdown stream were 200. The devs really didn't anticipate this many players. The Apollo launch has to be the worst DBC server launch I've ever experienced firsthand, and I was there for the relaunch of DBC Final Stand. The server was almost unplayable from July 1st, 4 p.m. EST, to July 3rd, 11:57. That's almost from the 1st to the 4th. But the thing that changed on the 3rd was the introduction of the hub system and new servers. There are now 2 US servers holding 50 players each. The data was supposed to be synced, but the devs are working on that as I write this script. When I finally got to play on the server, it was amazing. I couldn't wait to get Super Saiyan, and the way you got it was spectacular. Instead of punching black TP dummies for 5 hours to get forms, you had to progress through the story, same with skills and all the abilities. But it was broken on launch. The Super Saiyan transformation didn't work for a couple hours. I'm typing the script on July 5th, 4 a.m. EST, and still the mastery system doesn't display your form XP. Now, the gameplay itself is amazing, other than when you reach a boss. Now, the server's really fair on how it treats story enemies. It's a perfect mix of grinding and unlocking forms via the story. Other than when a boss comes up. Now, with bosses, you have to grind a bunch when you get to one. It's not the thing I'm talking about, though. You should always have a grind when a boss comes up, because, it's a boss. Just the way you grind is horrible. The grinding system in the server is challengers, which are like easier bosses. You defeat these bosses to get TP, use TP, repeat until you can kill the story enemy. Pretty simple, right? Well, there's a limit on the arenas you could go to. And when you get an open one, you can only kill the NPC 3 times before you get sent back to the spawn, and then somebody takes the arena you're in. Then you wait, and finally an arena opens up that you get to first. Then you can only do it 3 times, and half the time the bot is broken. See the problem here? The grinding is horrible, and not because of the bosses themselves, but the way you fight them. All in all, I give the server a 7 out of 10, minus 2 points because of the challenger/bosses grinding method, and 1 point because of the mastery system. Not because the challengers themselves, but the way the arenas work. If you expect me to take off points because of the launch, then you're an idiot. It's the launch of the most popular DBC server of all time. Of course something's gonna go wrong. Anyways, that's all for this video. Hit that subscribe button or something. I'm obligated by YouTube to tell you that. I'll be off now. Wait. This part is being written on July 9th, 4 a.m. EST. I want to say that I waited for 1.3 to come out before recording in case it changes something about my review. Other than less players on, it didn't. Remember, this review is being written before and an hour after 1.3 was released. If they fixed anything in this review, I'll put it in the comments. Thanks for watching the post-ending. I appreciate everyone hearing this. Thank you. You especially. Goodbye now. I'll be off.